Okay, I'm going to try this one more time. Good evening. This is my third take on this one. Today I'm going to show you how to, we buy a lot of linens. And sometimes you get the ones with the little starch ruffles around the edge, but they are flat. Here's the example. See how this one is just flat. I'm going to show you how to make these stand up without using the old-fashioned sugar method like your grandmother used to use that draw bugs and everything else. So what we are going to need for this project is some of these here. And I am not an expert by any means. This is my first time doing it. Any type of heavy starch. And I like to put mine on parchment paper because that way it doesn't stick anyway, but I like to do it on parchment paper. So we'll take it from this flat here to showing all of the little peaks and ruffles and so forth, okay? So I'm going to lay this aside, and you can see this one isn't that stiff because I really didn't stiffen the center of it that much, but it did stand up nicely. So the first thing I do is cover my surface, which I'm going to try to keep holding this up from time to time. I laid this here on my paper, and you can see it's flat. And to start, what you do, you know what, I might be able just to work right there for you to see. Let me just move that down some. And I think I can work right here on this little area right here close to the camera. That's still not quite high enough. I need something a little bit higher. Let's see if this is high enough. We'll make that. That's too high. Ah, come on, something a little bit higher. Okay. Yeah, that's almost high enough. One more book or something a little teeny bit higher. Let's see this here, if this will do it. Let's see. You can kind of see. I need something a little higher than those. Oh. Let's see. Here's some more books. I can use these to get the right height I need. Okay, so I'm going to use these little golden books here. Excuse the little shakiness of the camera. Okay, so that's almost there. And one more. Okay. So you won't be able to see the whole thing, but this will give you an idea. So I take this, and the first thing you do, and I have my surface is going to be covered with this. It also stops any mess, the parchment paper. So the first thing I do is cover that really good. Stick that up under the edge of the back. Okay. So I take this and I spray this whole surface here. With nothing in it, I just spray it lightly. Ooh. Once I get that all misted and sprayed, I take these here and you kind of fold them in half. And in each one of these little peaks, you stuff one of these. And you go all the way around and you stuff it between each one. All the way around. You can see it looking kind of whatever, but you begin to stuff them like so. I seen a lady on YouTube do this. I'm sorry, I forgot her name. She was from Ireland. She also showed you how to make the doily itself. So you can begin to see how that's looking. Once you get it all the way around, it doesn't take a super long time. You go all the way around, stuffing them in each one. And of course, if you were doing one with the really big ruffles, you would take and have to stuff multiple ones in there. Also, what I have seen done on another video, you can also take aluminum foil and make a little aluminum foil ones. And you go all the way around. You can see this is real time. I'm not speeding it up or anything. This is a small piece here. Got a few more to do. So maybe in about 5 minutes, one on this side. You'll have it all stuffed in each one. And then this time when you use your heavy spray starch, and this is just some I picked up at the Dollar Tree, so maybe a brand name might work better. I don't know. But this worked pretty good to me. So now you can see I have all of these all stuffed, and I'll hold that up for you. And this is the top of it, how it would look. So now I would take my paper again. Let me lay that on there. One came out. So I got to stuff that back in there. Okay. And I'm going to put this right up under it so you can see it. My light is something tonight. It is super bright or something. So you can see how that's looking. Then this time when I spray it, I really want to saturate it. Now I did set mine outside in the sun to dry. But you really want to get this really wet this time. I'm going to spray the center of this little one as well. Once I get this whole one sprayed this way, you want to reverse it because you have to remember these ruffles are on both sides. So I'm going to spray the bottom the same way. I'm going to really saturate it. Outside in the sun, this took about 3 hours to dry. I'm doing this at night, so I'll have to come back and give you an update on that. But see, I'm really saturating this. I'm going to turn it up and hopefully you can see how much is on there. You can see it around the edges of there. And then I just set this aside and let it dry. Like I said, and I probably go back and give it one more spray. It's on this, it's really probably no such thing as too much. So turn that over and spray again. And then you would just set this aside and let it dry. And like I say, probably about 3 to 4 hours on a sunny day. Inside a little longer. I have heard of people putting them in the oven on a very, very low temperature. I haven't tried that, so I don't know if that'll work. But when you once it's have set, then the little cotton balls will come right out, and you'll end up with, it really standing up. Like I said, I didn't starch the insides of this, the middle too much, but you could really starch that middle as well. So hopefully that'll help you, and hopefully you'll see some, can use some of these tips. And also another way you use the starch is, these are some pieces that I got from a friend, and you can see how nicely they're still starched. Can you imagine using something this fancy in your kitchen? It's a dish towel, but you could also use it in the bathroom as a hand towel. So that piece there, this is just a pretty, pretty little towel, and it does have the crochet on both edges, both sides of that. It's kind of a creamy color with pink. Let me show you a few more. This here is cute. This is a set of napkins, or, yeah, they're napkins. And all of this is this is linen, and all of this is hand embroidered on. This is a set of 4. Really pretty. So we have those, and back in the day, people embroidered everything. Look at these beautiful, beautiful pillowcase. I'm trying to hold that up for you to see that design on it. And this is a linen pillowcase as well. So they didn't mind ironing, I guess, pillowcases, because linen is no way you can get away with not ironing it. Show you a few more of the pieces that it's a plain one here. Like this here, I do mix these with the starch and then iron them with a very hot iron with a silicone ironing cloth between them to make sure no stains get on them or anything. And plus it helped really fuse that starch when you use the silicone pressing cloth. Here's another one here. I think that's a set probably. And this is like a card tablecloth maybe. It has embroidery. This one does have some stains. I'm going to try to wash it and get those stains out. That's on each corner. And this is about, a 36-inch square. And I'm going to try to wash it to get the stains out of that. That one. Got a couple of big tablecloths. I'm not going to show those. Here's another, you could use it for a table. I call them bureau scarves, dresser scarves. guess when you say bureau, you're kind of showing your age. This one do have a couple of stains on it that's not going to come off. It looks like paint. So sometimes I even take some of these and cut them up and make doll clothes when they're stained, or I use them in junk journaling. Then this is another, it was probably a table topper, but you can see it has a big old hole in the middle. So I'll use the edges to make something. And this is also on linen. Here's a matching one to the pink that I did just show, and it has some stains on it that will not come out, I'm quite sure. But it's very pretty. Show you that up close. That one. What else is over here in this pile? This beautiful dresser scarf here. I do see a couple of holes in it. And like on something like this, sometimes I might make a doll gown. But you can, and on the holes, what I do is put like rose applique there or something to kind of cover them holes up. Or maybe make it a book cover for a journal. So that one. And then we have a couple of little ones here. Let's pull these out, see what this is. Just a plain round one. That's one you see a lot of. This one is pretty. I call that like a pineapple design or something. That's very pretty. This one I believe is tatting. Then this is kind of big. This is about what, 3 feet, about 5 feet long, and maybe about 16, 18 inches wide. Isn't that pretty? Look at that. It's real pretty. I love that design. So we have those. You see this pile here. Another one of these here with the tatting on it. And this one has, this is a set, but I'm imagining somebody probably put this one in bleach trying to clean it because the colors are more muted. Because this is the other one that match it, and look at the difference on the butterfly. Then we have this little plain one here. And then we have this beautiful one here. And this looked like it's hand. It looked like it might be tattered or something. I see a couple of strings where it wasn't tied off well. So that's about it this evening. But I did want to show you, I was really proud of the way that turned out, putting the cotton balls and the starch. You know, in those, because a lot of times I find them and they have the big, you know, whatever, and I don't have any of those with the really big ruffles right now, but I didn't want to, but I've been selling them plain. But I said, you know, I'm going to learn how to really do that, how to get the ruffles and stuff. So I looked at a couple of YouTube videos. I did a little bit of reading and everything, and this seemed like the simplest way to me to do that. Hold on, I want to show you this one here because it's different. I just happened to see that as I was closing out. Look at the lace on that one. That's real pretty. Just a plain tablecloth. But so again, thanks for joining me, and I will see you next time. So hopefully I can give you more content like this. And if you like this type of content, you know, let me know by giving me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you like this type of information. Another one I have coming up soon on information is I'm going to show you how to repair some of the vintage baby clothes that I find. So again, thanks and bye-bye. Have a wonderful evening.